It's great to be here in Warsaw again, and this Gimnich format meeting, where we had very frank, very open discussions on very many issues that are topical today. Of course, first Ukraine. There is extensive diplomacy going on, but it is clear that Russia shows no signs of wanting peace. What we have to do is put more pressure on Russia so that also Russia would want peace, because we know that Ukraine already agreed to unconditional ceasefire over 50 days ago. And we also have to support Ukraine so that they can defend themselves. So what do we do for this? We are working on the 17th sanctions package, which hopefully we are ready to adopt on the next Foreign Affairs Council. Then we just recently issued a roadmap to get rid of Russian energy, and also part of it is how we deal with the shadow fleet. That is also part where the funding for this war is coming. And then, of course, how can we more support Ukraine? Then the security guarantees that the Coalition of the Willing is discussing, but also on the European side, we have the training missions that we can also discuss what more can we do in this regard. Tomorrow we are going to Ukraine, and we are going to make available 1 billion for Ukraine's defense industry. I think, again, a very important sign for Ukraine. We will also tomorrow give the final political endorsement to establishment of war crimes tribunal, crimes of aggression. There will be no impunity. There will be accountability for the crimes committed. Also, those who have really started this war. And as we have the 9th of May tomorrow, which is a Europe Day, then I want to stress that all those who truly support peace cannot stand side by side by Putin, who has started this full-scale war of aggression in Ukraine, and who truly support peace should be in Ukraine rather than in Moscow tomorrow. Then we also discussed the key peace parameters that we have already agreed previously. First, independence, sovereignty, territorial integrity, no de jure recognition of occupation or occupied territories. Then ceasefire has to be full and unconditional and implemented immediately, and there has to be also strong monitoring system, and it has to be clear on different elements. Then no restriction to Ukraine's right to self-defense. That means no demilitarization of Ukraine. Robust security guarantees are needed for any peace to last. Then Ukraine's freedom to its future. That means no neutrality. And also Ukraine is on track of the EU accession. We also stress that the prisoners of war have to be returned, the deported children have to be returned, and detained civilians as well. Sanctions must stay in place as long as Russia will pay for the damages that they have caused. And no negotiations about Ukraine without Ukraine, and no negotiations about European security without Europe. Then, although it wasn't on the agenda, of course, what is happening in Gaza is on everybody's mind, and therefore we also discussed this. And the majority of European countries agreed that the situation in Gaza is untenable and rapidly deteriorating, and these plans to intensify military operation in Gaza will lead to further suffering of civilian population. And we also reject any attempt of demographic or territorial changes in Gaza Strip, as well as forced displacement of Palestinian population. We urge Israel to lift the blockade on Gaza immediately and ensure that the humanitarian aid reaches the people who are in need. And the humanitarian aid has to be respect the principles of humanitarian action, which means humanity, impartiality, neutrality, and independence. And of course, we also demand that all the remaining hostages are immediately released and also the parties resume to the ceasefire. Then on Pakistan and India, I today again spoke to both ministers to convey the messages of de-escalation. I think nobody wins from this war. So it is clear that they have to really exercise restraint. There is always a risk of miscalculation, and I hope that we can bring the tensions down. Of course, we condemn terrorism and any loss of lives on the side of India as well as Pakistan. We deplore the loss of life. And it is important that the channels of communication remain open and will be opened by the military commanders. So I hope that we can all convey these messages to really bring the tensions down. The world does not need another war. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister.